Nice little fist bump there from the fellas, ready to head off.
Yeah, really great camaraderie from a lot of the players today, which is good to see. All right, we have John and Nicholas just deciding
Going
who's
for
going
the
to be going
roll-off.
first.
Does look like Nicholas will be going first.
Okay, cutting the decks, and we're going to start very shortly. Nif asking, anything in the future sets you guys are looking forward to? I mostly focus on what's ahead of me because I don't have enough space in my brain to think too hard about the future, but I think we've seen recently some Royal Knight stuff being teased,
Yeah.
which is looking pretty interesting, especially with Yggdrasil in the raising
Most
area.
definitely.
All right, I'm seeing some black here. That was a Dorvikmon being flipped. A little bit of glare on the card, so it's a bit hard to see exactly what's going on. And then Nicholas on the right, looking to be some Greymon action.
Black Wargreymon.
Almost
into
certainly.
a black deck, though. Maybe some blockers, maybe some retaliation might be able to come out here. Might be a little bit of a counter. Does open the cool boy, does get the X antibody.
Oh.
Didn't get an X antibody Digimon, though, that came with it.
Yeah.
So that's something to add on to it.
So it's a good setup for Nicholas, but
we
not
see the
exactly
raise.
I am very confused as to what John is playing here. Can't really see the
Is this
cards.
Digimon?
It may well be. There's a lot of text on these cards.
Hmm.
It's something meaty.
Just based on some of the cards that we can see in his hand at this moment, my guess would be... Oh,
Yeah, it
God.
looks to be Alphamon actually, because that's the level 5.
Ooh, yeah. Haven't seen Alphamon in quite a hot minute, so...
And straight up into the level 6 looks to be the Oryukenmon there.
Not sure how well they do into this matchup. They do have a lot of protection as well and redirection, so might be okay. Already created this massive tower, and it's only been the second turn.
Placing another source, drawing a card, looking very good for John playing Alphamon on the side. Nicholas
Not opting to raise turn 2.
No,
Probably the best way to go about it. Playing the, I believe, is it Ryoma or is it?
Kuya, I believe.
Kuya,
setting up there for future turns, dropping the Tamer. Now John's got X antibody
underneath it. He's ready to set up. He's getting ready for his second tower. Going for the swing, I believe.
Yep, and Digivolving into
the X antibody. Should be able to hit over pretty much anything in the security.
We are seeing
one check, two checks. Is pretty big. Goes to the reboot. I think he's pretty much set up for the next turn. Does play out one of his Digimon from underneath his source. I believe.
Looks here like he might be using Alphamon's effect to gain memory at the end of the turn.
Ooh, that could be correct. We are seeing...
It has been a little while since I've played Alphamon, so I am having to search the deep recesses of my brain to remember exactly how the deck works.
I only played during the early stages of Alphamon, but yeah, no, that sounds about right. It was either that... Yeah, it looks like he was gaining memory on that one.
Leaving Nicholas on 3. Nicholas promoting and getting the Greymon X antibody there.
Just doing something else. Cool Boy being tapped, so is the Pidgey.
Tapping the Kuya when Digivolving into the Greymon.
Activating the X antibody.
I say tapping, suspending the Cool Boy. to gain that
Playing the red memory boost. Very interesting.
Fetching Metal Greymon X antibody.
Yeah. Whether or not it pays off, we might see.
And going into the Metal Greymon X antibody, not really able to affect that stack at all. So John's still looking pretty good. Sitting on 1 memory.
Yeah, okay.
Raising out a second Digimon.
This is what I was thinking. I think the Alphamon might just have it here.
It was able to get up into its ideal stack very quickly.
Should be able to do 2 swings here.
As we were saying in the round 1, when you're playing against Black Hole Greymon X, one of the main things you want to do, if possible, is just outspeed it. Hitting for 2, doing a lot.
Swing again, swing for game.
Wow.
Alright, that is game 1 for Alphamon.
Very interesting pick going into the event today, but has clearly worked out for John there, taking game 1 pretty quickly. We'll see if Nicholas is able to sort of recoup and
I don't know if anyone was really preparing for the Alphamon, so maybe it was just a bit of a surprise pick. Didn't know what to play around. Obviously, didn't go according to plan. But the Alphamon does have a lot of very big plays, so
yes, you can attack, as we said, gain that memory back, so you're getting a lot of value off of the Alphabon, a lot of resources there. It can clearly, obviously, it unsuspends itself, so you can attack multiple times in a turn, hitting for a lot of security damage. I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup moving forward. If I'm Nicholas, I'm not sure what my game plan is going to be going into game 2. I'm not sure what I'm going to be trying to do to get around this Alphabot other than maybe try and outspeed
he
it.
definitely has to go first here, and he has gone first.
Definitely.
Does have the Cool Boy in hand. Okay.
Into
Did you go
Argon.
first? Probably into the X. Okay, no, he's going for the Cool Boy, hoping to pull something good. Does get the X antibody and the
Omnimon X antibody.
Omnimon. I don't know how useful that'll be in this matchup. I don't know if he necessarily needs to go up to that far, and I think if you're getting to that point, you might have already lost.
Right, John also searching out some cards here, getting a bit of a stack going in raising, and passing 2 memory over to Nicholas.
I believe does have his own X antibody in play, in hand, ready to play out. But Nicholas not opting to
going for the second
raise.
Cool Boy. Yeah, not opting to raise, so clearly still trying to get something going. Playing what looks to be actually very hard to tell.
Yeah, I believe it's
Argamon
the
or
X antibody Algamon, because he did search for the X antibody and the Greymon.
Alright.
Do see some more. Do see a couple of Alphamons.
That
Might need to pick up one of those right here, right now.
both players doing a lot of searching,
need it.
getting their
Okay.
pieces together, building their stacks. Bit of a slower paced game this time round. Both players clearly not open to the ideal hand, so there's still a bit of wiggle room.
Here we go. The Greymon being dropped, hoping to pull out the X antibody. Yep.
There it is.
Tap both, get to memory, draw 2. But will we see a swing? I think if you're Nicholas, you kind of want to apply pressure now. Maybe swinging with the Agumon is the play.
Okay, playing the X antibody into Metal Greymon X antibody, only for a cost of 2 because of Greymon's cost reduction, which is
Surely you swing with the Agumon. Hopefully it doesn't hit. Okay, it doesn't.
Yep.
It's okay. It's not too bad. If you hit the X antibody in his security, though, turn would have been over.
Alright, and going up into Black or Grey X antibody with the effect of the X antibody option there, hitting for 1. Totally fine. Rebooting.
Does play out his Tamer, I believe.
Nicholas looking pretty good there.
Trashing top security, draws a turn. Will he be raising, though? I think at this point you need to raise to win this, because you are at, 2 security? You're so low that you need to raise and try and go for something, but if you don't have the play, it just might not be enough. He does have 5 memory, though. John could pull off something right here, right now.
5 memory, a lot of Tamers in play. Got that Cool Boy going to gain some extra memory and draw some extra cards as well. Looking like Breath of the Gods in hand for John.
Yeah, and he does opt to raise, goes up to 6 memory. Digivolve. Draw. Tap. Only tapping 1 for the draw, not tapping both. Bit different. Maybe not trying to overcommit the memory.
Still going all the way up to 8 memory here. This is game 2 of this round. Tri-Hazard.
See something crazy coming up from the Alphamon.
Just got so much memory to work with. So many cards in hand. I think more than anything, John is just
catching,
working through.
He's got full control of this battle at this moment. It wasn't looking good when the Black Greymon did drop, but it's, looking to be more in the favor of John at this point.
John, the Alphamon player, has his stack now. we're going to see how this interacts.
I don't know. He swings at this point. If he swings, what's the worst that can happen? Does he try and go up a secondary? He's like attaching another Digimon. So much that this deck can do.
Attack,
And
X-Antibody
going
into
onto the-
Alpha.
Oh my goodness.
Going to, yep,
I believe 2 checks? 2 or 3.
Black or Grey trashing the X-Antibody to protect itself from being removed. Two checks there.
Unsuspends.
Yep, going to
I
remove
believe
some of
it
the sources
has-
to gain some memory here,
5. So he goes back to 0.
which is what you really want to be doing with the Alphamon, is using that effect to keep control of the turn. Unsuspending, attacking multiple signs.
Yeah, swinging probably again, right? So he's attached 5. He should be getting 5 memory. Yes, he did win game 1 in about 5 minutes. Game was very quick. John did open the absolute nut, and Nicholas didn't quite find a lot. And Alphamon does have a good kind of game plan when it does just build its tower quickly. So
The Alphamon also very high DP here as well, so Black or Greymon not really being able to stop the attack unless they want to just lose the whole stack here. Which you don't, if you can possibly avoid it, if you're Nicholas, I think you don't want to do, because you need something on board here. Or
opting to go for the 6 memory, I believe. Yep. So putting him at 1.
Gaining the 6.
Interesting. Maybe. Did he pop his tamer? He must have. Or did he not play?
Attacking
Never mind.
again, another 2 checks.
Another 2 checks. And at this point, I think you just need to hard play something, right? He still has a cool boy that he could have tapped.
Gone for the Breath of the Gods, leaving Nicholas on 1. Maybe why he didn't tap it, suspend the cool boy, so that he could leave Nicholas on 1 rather than on anything more.
Very much so.
Breath of the Gods going to be protecting John's Digimon here.
Playing the X antibody, this could be enough for Nicholas to try and fill it out, but it is.
The Breath
not
is an
looking
amazing
good.
play. Yeah, definitely.
Probably one of the more interesting cards. But we do, yeah, at this point, it's not looking good. He just needs anything at this point. Just swinging here, it's almost game. He'd have to like do something crazy to try and stop this Alphamon.
Yep. Nicholas looking like that Black or Greymon stack is not long for this world. John making some decisions here.
John has made some excellent plays throughout this match.
God.
Or what? Is he playing another?
No, that's not Breath. That is. Oh, I forget the name of the card. It's.
It can't be blocked, correct? It's a black Digimon can't be blocked.
Something to that effect. Ooh,
But it does die to the Digimon and the security. That's
pretty lucky.
looking
for
pretty
Nicholas
bleak,
there.
yeah. But this still looks okay.
Yeah,
I think Nicholas has got
here.
this. Yeah,
That security.
he's got too many. This security has to be the nut. It has to blow up the field.
Or into the Omnimon X antibody, looks like there.
It has to somehow get rid of this Omnimon X antibody, right?
Your final Zubagon punch. Thank you, Godfist Jambo.
There we go.
And yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Game 2 goes to Nicholas. That last security, taking out that Alphamon stack and saving Nicholas
ultimately it did come down to that final security. John has played this exceptionally well.
Yeah, I believe I saw in the chat somebody, yes, Nif saying that John is an amazing Alphamon pilot, and we're definitely seeing that here. Some of the choices as well, just at a deck building level. I believe Alpha may have got minus DP, yes. But some of the choices at a deck building level, that Kakaitis Breath, oh, not the Kakaitis Breath, the Breath of the Gods, I apologize, was a fantastic choice.
I think John going first in this one might just be the thing that saves him. He might be able to create a tower faster than Nicholas can build up his Black War and just go for his swings.
Yeah. Right, going to be an interesting game 3 here. I was not expecting to see Alphamon, so this is a very exciting one to watch.
I'm excited to see Alphamon. It has been a hot minute. A lot of these cards got hit almost preemptively. It didn't feel like they were doing a hell of a lot over here, but they did get a couple hits early on, and we haven't seen them in a while. So I believe Alphamon was was hit off the security. Just didn't have enough DP.
It was the effect caused it to restand, and Black Wargreymon then deleted it.
That is true. That would be it.
Yeah, the chat keeping us honest there. Some of these games going very quickly. There's a lot to keep track of, and we're trying to keep a handle on everything, but the games do go very quickly.
Yeah,
these are high-level players
game
playing
has
their decks
already gone.
with a lot
We
of
already
knowledge.
have a few cards on both sides.
Yeah,
Not an optimal board though from either side, I feel.
no, feeling very similar to game 2. A lot of setup happening. No Digimon yet for Nicholas, which is interesting.
Having to hard
playing
play the
Greymon.
Greymon. He has to be bricking on just high stuff, and he's not going to be able to get anything.
This is a very poor start for Nicholas, unfortunately. John doing a bit better, still doing some setup, but John has the time here, really. When you see that hard-played Greymon, you know you've got a bit of breathing room, because clearly Nicholas does not have what he
That
wants.
Greymon can just build up on itself, though. So if he is having trouble on the top heavy like he is now, he can just go into the X. He
still
doesn't
turn it
need the
around.
Algamon.
It's definitely
Tap the Cool Boy, draw a card,
not nothing.
and he's got the X antibody. I believe he has 2 in hand. Default for 2. Swinging and going into...
From Metal Greymon into Black Wargreymon X antibody, turning it around. Nicholas really
Possibly.
for 2 checks.
2 checks.
Reboot.
Does do a lot, I believe. Was it 2 checks, or was it just 1 check plus the security trash?
It may have been 1 check plus the security trash. So Nicholas keeping his composure there, able to sort of come back from what was looking like a poor start. Now has the Black Wargreymon stack with that X antibody, has something going on in raising, 2 tamers in play. John promoting here.
The promote, yeah. If he has enough, he might be able to play through it here. He should be able to put him down to 0 security in this
Chat just schooling us today. We should have known. He had the Sec plus Greymon is why he got the 2 checks
Of
there.
course,
He hard played it. We watched him do it.
How are we forgetting?
Because I'm looking at that Alphamon side is why I'm forgetting.
My mistake is Nicholas at 4 security here? It looks like 4. Do we miss a swing or something?
John getting a stack going as well. Digivolving there.
Yeah, a little bit of protection though.
Yeah, the
Doromon, of course, yeah.
Alright, a bit of back and forth here. Good to see neither deck sort of just running over the other.
Was a little bit slow, but I think John might have enough just to build up, go for the swing, protect himself, gain the memory, go again, put him at 0, and just have something just on the side to be able to just finish it off. The issue is that Nicholas is ultimately very close to just being able to take out this game.
Yeah, it's definitely neither player feeling entirely safe here, I feel. Could still go either way. I think John's looking pretty favourable at the moment, but Nicholas, depending on what he has in hand, can go straight back up into a level 6, playing that X antibody again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Second X antibody. Did not raise the Algamon this turn though.
No, holding something back.
Which I think is fine. I think having it in the breeding area to then bring up later to finish off might be fine. It's just whether or not he can get there before the Alphamon does.
Going in for a swing with what looks to be the Ultras mode into Black Wargreymon X. 2 checks with that security check Greymon. Ooh, okay.
does delete the stack.
Yep.
No protection, some protection.
Black Wargreymon just deleting that stack, and we're seeing the power here. Nicholas has been able to get it going. It just
it is
makes it
a
so hard to
complete
keep
stack.
anything on the board against it. Nicholas looking very promising here. Got that Greymon in the back. Yeah, I would agree with Godfeast in the chat there. It looks like it's just going to be game for Black Greymon. I don't think there's much John can do now.
Yeah,
unfortunately, Nicholas was able to rebuild after losing that initial Black Greymon from the top of the stack.
I think the only thing that he could... Ooh, he does have full memory, though. There is plenty of time, plenty of options. Plays the Doraemon.
Playing a level 3. Clearly trying to
find something. Gaining memory off the boost from, I believe, the security hit before.
Yes, that came out of security, so just free memory, but I don't
Another
know that
memory boost, I believe. Is that a memory boost? No.
Yeah, John just trying to draw cards here. Looks to have a lot of options in hand from just the brief peek we're able to get of his hand there. Oh, okay. Ooh, and a little bit of protection there from... And here's where my knowledge is failing me, because I know what the card is, but I could not tell you the name. that by... big tiger guy, option card. Somebody in chat will
Congo,
school me, I'm sure.
I think it is.
Congo, thank you.
Congo. Which I believe level 4 and lowers can't attack.
Yeah, so trying to keep Nicholas at bay there, making it a bit difficult. Yeah, thank you, Godfist. We got there in the end. We did manage to
have looked at the card. The card is very interesting. Play cost 7 or less.
So
okay.
Still room for Nicholas to get something going here into another
so
Greymon.
These Greymons wouldn't have been able to attack. So ultimately, it comes down to what he can, I guess, do.
Yeah, John buying an extra turn here. I don't think it's going to be enough. Nicholas still has 3 Digimon on board. Only 1 security.
I feel like Alphamon could do a lot with this 1 memory, though.
That is
he has to raise.
One of the big
I don't know if Black Wargreymon has any protection at the moment, so maybe if he can remove everything on the field, could be good as gold. Is not looking good, though, for John. John does not seem to have a confident game plan, having to think it out.
Looking at his hand here, trying to get something going. Into a Dex here. Thinking through the plays very carefully, the mark of a good player, John, not just giving up, really spending some time working it through.
X antibody, though, that could be a game changer.
And we're seeing the X antibody here.
Especially if he can get some redirects in and maybe redirect the Greymons into the Alphamon. He should be able to build up some protection as well.
Very cerebral game happening here at the moment that we're seeing. A lot of focus from John.
Going for the swing. Tapping to...
Add a Digimon beneath the stack, I believe. So
I believe so as well.
Well, X antibody also got a trigger, so we're going to see a few things happening here. Yep, placing a Digimon,
gaining a memory,
gaining some memory,
then digivolving onto
up to level 5.
To draw, and then he unsuspends, deletes, I believe. Or was that a... Yeah, I don't think there's anything that can come from this.
Got the protection back on the Black Wargreymon. X antibody's now under it. Very little John's going to be able to do. And you just
swing with Greymon first. I don't think you swing with Black War. But yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of thinking there, but clearly John either didn't order his effects properly or just wasn't able to get anything going.
Looks like I only need to summon a rookie and hit Alphamon to win that duel. Yeah, I think when you're under the pressure, just a lot of the time, you can miss a lot of the potential. Obviously, just had a little bit of a mishap with how to play about it, just putting out the rookie before swinging so that the rookie would be able to be hit first, but it was just, yeah. Sometimes you forget those things, especially in the middle of the game. May have cost him this one, but hopefully we'll be able to see John later on. Alphamon, very strong deck, definitely showed that he is a very good pilot of that deck as well.
Yeah, bit of